So, yeah, it's Parcel Jutsu here. Here to do my live reaction to what is apparently a very important chapter of My Hero Academia. This is Monday right now as of filming this. I'm just a day late. The chapter literally just came out officially yesterday. And even then, I wasn't able to avoid spoilers that this is a very important chapter, and I think there's possibly like a time skip involved, even. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I got a little spoiled, but let's get into this very monumental chapter of My Hero Academia, starting with an incredible color spread. It just wow, this is really vibrant, beautiful art. We have Deku and Shigaraki, the future symbol of peace and the future symbol of evil, sitting next to each other on a pile of TVs, colorful TVs. They're all staticky. And Deku seems to be holding a TV showing the gnarled face of All For One, whereas Shigaraki, in his tattered cloak, is holding a TV showing the smiling face of All Might back when he still had One For All. So yeah, that is a very... And All For One and All Might are both looking... It looks like they're kind of looking... They're not looking at the camera. They're looking kind of off to the side in opposite directions. So I think that's cool too. But they're both smiling also. Whereas Deku and Shigaraki are looking... They're definitely not smiling. They're looking kind of forlorn, I guess. But yeah, it says My Hero Academia in kind of a staticky font behind them, which is just a very cool color spread. It's just really cool looking at it. That's just that the chapter hasn't even started yet, and it's already really beautiful. But so yeah, we start the chapter. I don't see any title, but I see the back of All Might's head, who's still at Deku's bedside, of course. It's not words exactly. More like feelings flowing from you. Your chat with the predecessors, the truths about One For All, my master's inner conflict. So I guess All Might is he's not fully in there. It's kind of he's there in spirit, like inside Deku's like inner world. So I guess he can't literally hear every single word they're saying, but he can it's kind of like the Force. He's kind of sensing the feelings of the conversation. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like an emotional Morse code, I guess. Maybe that's a weird way of putting it. But suddenly All Might hears a knock at the door. He looks, he takes his hand off of Deku. I only sense things faintly, but I feel them flowing into me. And turns out it's Best Jeanist and Hawks. I guess they're just visiting everybody in the hospital. They're just making the rounds. But All Might continues to think to himself, what your quirkless self has to say, though not exactly in words. And then Hawk says, pleased to meet you, All Might. Wow, Hawks has never met All Might before. That's, wow, okay. I didn't really think about that. I guess he never met him in person. But yeah, he's typing away on his text-to-speech function. They say I'm the kind of man who moves a little too fast, so I've sped over here in a hurry with questions for you. And Hawks says, sorry, is Midoriya in bad shape? And All Might kind of looks like he's like kind of brushing away his tears. No, he's okay. Bound to wake up shortly, in fact. How can I help you, Hawks? Uh-oh. Looks like the Deku's classmates are going in to see him. Uraraka, Jiro, and Ida. So All Might leaves Deku's hospital room as they go in, and All Might's talking with Hawks. And Hawks says, This concerns One for All in Midoriya. All Might looks really serious. Uh, when some of the heroes who were part of the big battle quit their jobs, they told the media what they'd heard, and word's been spreading ever since. Endeavor has just informed me that Shigaraki was going after Midoriya. Maybe someone misspoke or misheard, but even if this intel's wrong, it's worth filling in the gaps. Because going forward, it won't just be villains we're fighting. And Hawk's like looking out into the city, like through a window. We're up against all of society as well. This secret is all that prevents society from falling into chaos. So this is all my thinking back to what the spiel he was giving to Deku in the beginning of the series. It's also meant to protect you, understand? I think this is All Might thinking to himself. I suppose we're way past this point already, and you see like the image of like the shining light of One for All. We get this cool like panel that's like split between Best Jeanist and Hawks, where they both say, All Might thinks to himself, "The ones who won't give up, huh?" Then All Might says out loud, "We need privacy. Follow me. I'll tell you everything." Wow, so All Might's gonna come clean to Best Jeanist and Hawks about One for All. And All for One, I guess. But we cut to a place that we haven't been in a very long time in this manga, UA Academy. At the principal's office. You see Principal Nezu.
Yes. We'll be relying on the government's cooperation. This is a request from an alumnus. So, of course, we'll respond right away.
3 days had passed, but the panic showed no signs of dying down. We just see, like, we look at a street where it just looks like like a post-apocalyptic landscape. Like, windows are broken, and, like, cars are just, like sideways in the street, and, like, it just looks like a riot went through here. Then we cut to a family watching TV in the living room looking terrified. The unease steadily spread, but not everyone was out for blood. And we close in on, I think, the father of this family who has like these weird like loops in his hair, kind of like Sanji's eyebrows from One Piece. But then we cut to a press conference. They wanted heroes to be shining pillars of decency, and to insist they'd done nothing wrong. Amid the unease, they wanted reassurance. It looks like this is Hawks, Endeavor, and Kamui Woods giving this press conference to a bunch of reporters. More than anything, the public needed something to cling to. And you see Endeavor talking to the reporters. He spoke the truth. And for what I've done, I cannot apologize enough. And the reporters are just like, ah! And Endeavor actually bows his head to the reporters in apology. Endeavor spoke freely and openly about his and his family's sickening past. Wow! So Endeavor is coming clean too to the whole world about everything with his family, and All Might is coming clean with One for All, or about One for All. Not to the press, at least not yet. I don't think, but at least to Best Jeanist and Hawks. And who knows who else will know about One for All after this. You just see a shot of the city, and someone goes, "Whoa!" You see like this otaku-looking dude who kind of looks like a cat man, but like with glasses, and he's like kind of chunky. He looks like he's sitting in squalor. He's like watching on his computer. It's all over for that dude. He's like drinking something. And we cut to some other people watching on TV. How terrible. We cut to some random dude smoking. Man, I was on that guy's side, but yeesh. He should have just said it was all a bunch of lies. We see an image of Can't You See Kid, like the video. The reporters are just like going crazy. It's all true, you say? But the accusation about Hawks and Best Genius clearly wasn't. Hawks is like, whoa, whoa, whoa. My supposed assassination. Oh, his voice is still kind of shaky too, but he is talking with his own voice now because I guess some time has passed, obviously. So his voice, kind of like Todoroki, his voice is still kind of raspy, but he is talking at least. My supposed assassination of Best Genius was a ploy to help me infiltrate the enemy ranks. But that fact doesn't negate the rest of the accusations. The bit about my father and the part about me killing a fleeing villain were both true. And the reporters are just taking it all in. I did indeed conceal the details about my father, and for that I apologize. He bows his head too. As for the matter of Bubu Gaiwara, I felt I was left with no choice at the time. If he'd been allowed to wield his quirk freely, we would be looking at a more widespread death and destruction. I couldn't find a proper way to help him atone for his crimes, and that is truly a shame. It speaks to my lack of character. And we see one reporter wearing a face mask, so I guess, they don't quite have COVID in My Hero Academia, but it is in the future, so I guess hopefully they find a vaccine. Never mind. And we see this one reporter with like sharp fingers or sharp claws raise her hand. A question, if I may. During Gigantomachia's rampage, my mother was horribly wounded. Huh. Oh, well, sorry, I was assuming her mother was like a hero, but I guess she very well could have been a civilian because, man, these cities got wrecked during this event. You saying it's all true sorry isn't going to change the state of affairs. Do you have the slightest idea how many people have lost their homes in just under a week? How can you stand there pretending it's all over? Like what's done is done. Oh boy, she's getting really mad now. Sure, villains are directly to blame, but your mistakes caused all this, and none of your faces show you understand that. Endeavor says, if we showed you our pain and exhaustion and tears, would that would that somehow fix everything? That really pissed her off. What? She's like going Super Saiyan over here. What? Obviously not. You need to put society at ease. You need to take down every last villain. That's how. That's how. And Endeavor goes, you're exactly right. That's how I, as Endeavor, can atone. So yeah, so I guess Endeavor is not quitting being a hero like he was considering to do. Like his family, helped galvanize him and get him back in the game. So Best Genius, who looks like he has a really long neck, he's wearing like a neck brace or something right now. Or like a really high collar. I don't know what's up with that. But he says, and yet with our ranks shrinking, heroes are ill-equipped to protect the masses at large. Therefore, we need hope to reduce the overall sphere that requires our protection. Wow, he didn't make any gene puns in that sentence, I don't think. The reporters go, what? What does that mean? On the heels of discussion with the government from today forward, UA High School and the other hero programs will put their expansive, secured campuses to use as designated evacuation shelters. Okay. Huh. Oh my god! Oh, we finally see Inko, Deku's mother, who I was waiting to see her, but it looks like time has passed because she doesn't look too upset or anything. She kind of looks upset, but it looks like I think she's with Bakugo's mom. Like Bakugo's mom is pushing like this cart thing with like a box on it. The students' parents have already begun the process of taking shelter. Okay, so the parents are moving into UA to the, like to that or okay, I keep reading. Um, so with no path forward, you expect people to just accept living in shelters? Endeavor says, "This is all for finding a path forward. Your criticisms and doubts, direct them all at me. Uh, Not all the people who will be putting their lives on the line." Oh, he's getting pissed. He's starting to flame out on his face. I want all of you to just watch me. And we see people are watching it. We like wash. He was watching on his phone. Yes, the heroes were put through a sieve. And if you define hero as someone that people look up to and count on, then the heroes will really. Ugh, then the heroes really did vanish that day, and yet some were still prepared to stand up and fight. And so we see Wash, and we see who is we see a female hero. Is that? I can't tell who that is. It's a female hero, and she's holding something that's like a shade, like it's like darkness or something. I don't know. She looks familiar, and she has like a bandage on her nose and like a neck brace. I can't quite tell who that is. But yeah, then we see. Oh, we see Miruko. She's like tying her arm that she lost. I guess she's gonna have to get a new arm. She looks pissed. Or she looks excited. Actually, she looks like she's ready to fight. She's got a bandage. She's got some bandages on her, but she is not gonna let this slow her down. She is ready to get back out there, man. And then we see Aizawa, who's got an eye patch, and like the scar over his eye. So I guess he did lose an eye, which is not good for his power. But at least he's still alive, and he still has his quirk, because we're going to need it. And then we see Kamui Woods. I think he's either putting on or taking off his, like, the lower part of his mask. And we see that his hair looks like it's made of leaves. Like, his hair is leaves, which is, I was not expecting that, but that's kind of cool. It's kind of cute. Kind of looks like a Muppet or something. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It makes sense his hair would be leaves, actually. Because he's like a tree man. Oh boy, when we see Dabi, we'd see like Dabi smiling. We cut to him. So I didn't go far enough. So yeah, Dabi didn't quite break his father like he was hoping to. He came close though, but he wasn't counting on his family picking up the pieces. When Endeavor was asked about One for All, he replied, "I don't know." Oh, we cut to the living quarters of Class 1A, the 1A Alliance. Hey guys, this is nuts. So that Deku and All Might wouldn't have targets on their backs. You see, someone's looking at a note that says, "Uraka, thank you for everything. I felt that I had to reveal my secret to everyone in Class A, so I'm leaving these letters for you guys." You can't read all of it. It's some of it's kind of cut off. But, my unique power was passed down to me, by All Might or something All Might. So clearly this is from Deku. Okay, looks like Mineto's the one who said this is nuts.
Midoriya left a letter on my door.
You got one too? So, and that was Kaminari. What's going on with him? You just see all the kids gathering around. Oh, we see Suyu looking at her letter. Rocco is looking at her letter. She's looking pretty sad there. All for one. So the villains are after him? That Midoriya. What's the big idea, huh? Okay, we see more of the letter, which is why Shigaraki and All for One are now coming after me. And the narration continues. But if you define a hero as someone willing to suffer in silence, then who's there for them when they're in pain? You see Uraraka say, that dummy. She's like looking pretty devastated. She's like putting the letter up to her head. She's trying to like hide her sadness. Oh shit. Well, okay. It's not much of a time skip. It says April. So I was, when I think time skip, I usually think. Well, I guess we've had monthly time skips in My Hero Academia before, but sorry, when I think time skips, I think like a 2-year time skip, like in One Piece or something. But yeah, this is a really cool double page here of Deku like Batmaning it up, like he's standing on like kind of a gargoyle thing. He's got like this cool. This is the part that was one of the things that was spoiled for me. It's like he has like a new look to him. He looking very very tattered look. Like he's got like this tattered scarf with the tattered like remnants of his old costume, like the hood part, and like his legs, the clothing on the costume part on his legs look tattered. So I guess it's like the remnants of his costume that he wore during the battle. But he still looks really cool though. Okay, then we get the title of the chapter, which is another thing that was spoiled for me quite a bit. The final act begins. So yeah, this is April. Deku's looking over the city like Batman. And it says, Deku left the Hero Academy. Deku's looking at like this big crash happening in the city, like this big explosion or something. And with a very like dreary look in his eye, he says, a giant villain. So, yeah, so Deku left the Hero Academy. So, like, what does that mean exactly? Like, he just dropped out of school? He's not trying to be a hero anymore? Like, or like in an official capacity? Or like he left temporarily? Like, holy shit. But yeah, the final act begins. In no uncertain terms, that's a pretty big declaration there. So yeah, I guess, I don't know how long this final act is going to be, but I guess My Hero Academia is going to be winding down in the near future. I mean, not like the immediate near future, but at least maybe like a year or two, it'll be over. So yeah, man, it's sooner than I expected, but I have heard, it might be winding down sooner rather than later as a series, but yeah, I'm just excited to see where we go next and what's going on with Deku. We didn't even see him wake up from the coma or anything, but obviously it's a bit of a time jump. But yeah, so that's gonna be my live reaction to 306, and yeah, it's Parasol Jutsu signing out.